The Witcher franchise has crafted one of the most captivating fantasy worlds in gaming, and with The Witcher 4 officially in development, the excitement and speculation are palpable. What new adventures await us in this beloved universe? Today, we're diving deep into 4 thrilling theories that could shape the next chapter of this epic saga. Will we follow Ciri on her journey, or perhaps a new Witcher will rise to prominence? Get ready to explore the possibilities and uncover the future of The Witcher 4. Your next favorite adventure is just around the corner. One of the most popular theories surrounding The Witcher 4 is that Ciri will take over as the main protagonist. At the end of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Ciri's fate depended heavily on player choices. In one ending, she becomes a Witcher like Geralt, and in another, she assumes the throne of Nilfgaard. While these outcomes were player-determined, one thing is clear: Ciri's story still holds massive potential for future exploration. With her Elder Blood abilities, Ciri can travel between worlds and dimensions, a power that was briefly explored during her sections in The Witcher 3. Imagine The Witcher 4 focusing on Ciri's journey as she masters these abilities. We could see her exploring worlds beyond the continent, confronting dangers that neither Geralt nor any other Witcher has ever faced. Her travels could bring entirely new monsters, magical realms, and complex political conflicts. Ciri's story could also delve deeper into the prophecy surrounding her, as she is the child of the Elder Blood. We only scratched the surface of this in The Witcher 3, particularly in her confrontation with the White Frost, an apocalyptic event that she has the power to stop or succumb to. The writers could explore how Ciri grapples with the weight of her destiny while trying to live life on her own terms. From a gameplay perspective, a game centered around Ciri would offer a much faster and more agile combat experience compared to Geralt. In The Witcher 3, we already saw glimpses of her unique playstyle during the sections where she was a playable character. Her blink dash ability, teleportation, and mastery of the sword offer a very different dynamic from Geralt's more methodical approach. Imagine The Witcher 4 expanding on this, perhaps with more magical abilities and a greater emphasis on mobility. Moreover, a narrative centered on Ciri could explore her relationships with other key characters from the Witcher universe. What about her bond with Yennefer and Geralt? Would they continue to mentor her, or would she find herself at odds with their expectations? This dynamic could provide emotional depth as Ciri struggles between being the capable warrior she was trained to be and the young woman yearning to forge her own path. Additionally, introducing new factions and characters could heighten the stakes. Perhaps Ciri encounters beings from other realms, some of whom may wish to exploit her powers or view her as a threat. This opens the door for potential alliances and rivalries, enriching the story with fresh lore. The Witcher series has always thrived on moral ambiguity, and Ciri's new challenges would allow players to explore various outcomes and consequences based on their choices. This gameplay could integrate mechanics such as dimension hopping, where players must solve puzzles or defeat foes across different realities, making Ciri's journey even more engaging. With her abilities, players could unlock new areas, gather unique resources, and face off against new enemies, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. The world-building possibilities are vast. What would the new landscapes look like? Perhaps the realms Ciri visits could be visually distinct from the continent, drawing inspiration from diverse cultures and mythologies. Each world could offer its own set of challenges and characters, creating a tapestry of stories that enrich the Witcher lore. Lastly, let's not forget about the potential for DLCs or expansions that could further develop Ciri's story. If she is indeed the new protagonist, her journey could evolve in unexpected ways, leading to new quests, characters, and threats. Players would want to see how her arc culminates, especially considering the richness of her character and her significant role in the previous games. Even though The Witcher 3 gave Geralt a satisfying conclusion, it's hard to imagine the Witcher series without him. Could The Witcher 4 pull Geralt out of retirement for one final quest? While he's seemingly ready to settle down in his vineyard at Corvo Bianco in the Blood and Wine DLC, Geralt has always struggled to escape his destiny. In a world filled with monsters, politics, and magic, the White Wolf might find himself back in action. A possible narrative could see Geralt being forced back into the game by an event too dangerous to ignore, perhaps a threat tied to the resurgence of ancient magic, or a monster that even Ciri cannot handle alone. This could be a more introspective journey, where Geralt, now older and weary, faces the consequences of his life as a Witcher. He might even take on a mentor role, training the next generation of Witchers, as hinted at in his relationship with Ciri. Imagine a plot that intertwines Geralt's past with his present. The return of familiar enemies like the Wild Hunt could serve as a formidable backdrop, forcing Geralt to confront ghosts from his past. We could see him delve into the depths of his memories and previous choices, exploring the impact they had on his life and those around him. Moreover, the game could address Geralt's relationships with Yennefer and Triss, both of whom have played significant roles throughout his journey. Would he face challenges in his love life, especially after everything that happened in The Witcher 3? The emotional stakes could be heightened as players navigate through Geralt's decisions in the face of danger, determining who he ultimately fights for. The narrative could also explore the consequences of Geralt's actions in previous games. For instance, players who chose to let the Lodge of Sorceresses take control in The Witcher 3 may now see the fallout of that decision. The political landscape could have changed dramatically, leading to unexpected alliances and betrayals. In terms of gameplay, Geralt's established combat style could be refined further, allowing players to mix and match new techniques with old ones. Geralt could learn from Ciri, integrating some of her agility into his combat. This would create a unique blend of styles, making battles feel fresh while honoring the gameplay that fans love. Furthermore, bringing back side characters from previous games could enhance the narrative. Characters like Dandelion, Zoltan, and even lesser-known figures like Roche or Thaler could return to aid Geralt on his quest. This would provide opportunities for nostalgia, humor, and moral dilemmas, as Geralt's past decisions continue to shape his relationships. The world could be reintroduced with familiar locations like Novigrad, but with changes that reflect the passage of time. As Geralt travels, players could witness the impact of his legacy on these places, perhaps encountering remnants of past choices, or even characters shaped by their experiences with him. In conclusion, the emotional depth of Geralt's return would not only serve longtime fans, but also resonate with new players. His story has always been about choices, and The Witcher 4 could take this further by offering a narrative that challenges him to reconcile his past with the present. Another interesting possibility is that The Witcher 4 could introduce a completely new protagonist. With Geralt's story seemingly complete, we might follow a new Witcher who navigates a world that is starting to forget about Witchers altogether. Imagine a young Witcher, possibly from another school, like the School of the Cat or the School of the Griffin, who has to make their mark in a world that no longer values monster hunters. This could be a darker, grittier tale of survival, as the world around this new Witcher becomes more hostile, not just because of monsters, but because of political unrest, tensions between non-humans and humans, and the growing power of magical factions. This new Witcher could explore regions that were only hinted at in previous games, or perhaps venture into territory previously untouched by Witchers. It would also allow players to experience the origin of new monsters, and uncover secrets that were left buried during Geralt's time. The narrative could focus on how this new Witcher navigates the complexities of a changing world. With Geralt's legacy looming over them, the player must prove themselves worthy of the title Witcher. This could include a range of new quests and challenges, both combat-related and moral dilemmas that make players think about their choices and how they reflect on their character's identity. Players might also encounter remnants of Geralt's past, people who either revered or despised him. How would these encounters shape their journey? This could lead to an exploration of how the Witcher community has changed since Geralt's heyday. Perhaps the new protagonist even seeks out the remnants of the other Witcher schools, reviving old alliances or facing off against bitter rivals. Furthermore, Introducing new mechanics that differentiate this new Witcher from Geralt could enhance gameplay. Players could choose different fighting styles, magical abilities, and even various paths within the Witcher profession, such as a focus on alchemy, swordsmanship, or monster lore. This would create a more personalized experience, allowing players to carve their own paths. From a visual perspective, the game could also explore more fantastical elements. Imagine landscapes that were not previously seen in the Witcher series, enchanted forests, ancient ruins filled with powerful artifacts, or regions affected by wild magic. Each area could come with its own set of quests, lore, and unique monsters to battle, expanding the Witcher universe even further. In conclusion, a new protagonist would allow The Witcher 4 to explore fresh narratives, gameplay mechanics, and even a deeper examination of The Witcher's place in the world. By introducing a character that is both linked to Geralt and distinct from him, the series can maintain its legacy while forging new paths. In recent years, video games have increasingly tackled social issues, and The Witcher 4 could be no exception. One exciting narrative direction could involve a rebellion against oppressive powers. The world of The Witcher has always been rife with conflict, but exploring themes of resistance and liberation could resonate strongly with players. The game could introduce new factions, perhaps focusing on the disenfranchised citizens of the continent who are tired of being controlled by corrupt leaders and powerful sorceresses. Players could find themselves embroiled in a fight for justice, navigating between different factions and making choices that could tip the scales in favor of either the oppressors or the oppressed. This storyline would allow for a rich tapestry of characters, each with their own motivations and backstories. Imagine leading a band of rebels against an oppressive regime, forming alliances with various groups, and making decisions that impact the political landscape of the game. The moral complexities of these choices would mirror the tough decisions that Geralt faced throughout his journey, emphasizing that there are no easy answers. The world-building possibilities are immense. Players could explore hidden camps, underground networks, and battlefields where the clash between freedom fighters and oppressive forces unfolds. Each area could provide opportunities for side quests and main story arcs that enhance the overall narrative. The game could also touch on themes of sacrifice, loyalty, and the costs of rebellion. As players navigate through the story, they might have to make decisions that could lead to the loss of life or the betrayal of allies. This would create an emotional depth that encourages players to reflect on the implications of their actions. Moreover, the combat system could be enriched with mechanics that emphasize teamwork and strategy. Players might be able to recruit NPCs to fight alongside them, utilizing different skills to create a more dynamic combat experience. This could also introduce tactical elements, requiring players to think critically about their approach to battles. In terms of visuals, a rebellion-themed story could allow for dramatic settings, battles in the streets of Novigrad, stealth missions in castles, and tense negotiations in secret hideouts. The atmosphere would be charged with tension, reflecting the stakes of a society on the brink of collapse. Lastly, this narrative direction could lend itself to expansions or DLCs that explore specific aspects of the rebellion in greater depth. Players could witness the evolution of their choices and how they shape the world, further enhancing the replayability of the game. The Witcher 4 holds incredible potential for new storytelling avenues, whether we follow Ciri, Geralt, a new Witcher, or explore the themes of rebellion. Each theory offers unique gameplay mechanics, emotional depth, and rich lore that could resonate with players. As we eagerly await more news about the game, which direction do you hope the series will take? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Which direction do you hope the series will take? Do you have a favorite theory or idea? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss what we're most excited to see in The Witcher 4. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates and discussions on all things Witcher.